Among the Space Wolves, there are as many sagas as there are warriors, though none quite like that of Lukas the Trickster. As a new enemy invades the icy reaches of Fenris at the height of the Hell Winter, Lukas finds himself facing a foe who may rival even his legendary cunning, the Drukhari Corsair Duke Sliskus. In the battle between wolf and serpent, who will emerge triumphant, and who will lay on red snow? In the spirit of the Jackal Wolf and excited about trying a different Dark Eldar warlord, we thought we'd emulate the battles on Fenris by playing Space Wolves against the Drukhari in a match of Warhammer 40k Conquest the card game. In this episode, Ragnar versus Urien Rakarth. Hello and welcome to another episode of Conquestadore, where some South Africans are still playing the Warhammer 40k Conquest card game. My name is Tristan.
And my name is Dean.
We are very happy to welcome Dean to today's episode. Dean, what do you do when you're not playing Warhammer 40k?
Reading Warhammer 40k?
Okay. What do you do when you're not reading Warhammer 40k?
I'm a system administrator.
Fantastical.
Big international company. It's a lot of work.
I like that we didn't put the name in there. It's very clever. And we're so happy that we get to play a card game with Dean. And it's the Dark Eldar versus the Space Wolves for Lukas the Trickster. So, first turn. Initiative is on my side for the Dark Eldar. And we put down a Promethean mine. Very good. First turn sort of thing. And you do a very scary thing.
Yeah, I play a Space Wolves Predator, which is quite an irritating card to put down, because its reaction is, after deployment, your opponent cannot commit his warlord to the same planet.
Indeed. Oh, is it just warlord? I thought it was units, generally.
No.
Okay.
But you generally don't want your units there if your warlord's not there.
Oh, yeah, true.
And the Predator's there.
Good point. So you've now essentially passed, you have no more resources. So the cult fanatics go down to planet 1, and then I play my signature sort of squad card from my warlord, which I suppose we'll break down in a second. It's Rakarth's Experimentations. Rakarth's Experimentations is a tactic and a torture. It says name a card type, and your opponent must either discard one card of that type from his hand or deal 1 damage to his warlord. And
yes, and you named
a unit,
and I had to throw away the first unit in my hand.
Which is the tactical squad card.
Which was the tactical squad, yeah.
Fantastic. And now, very quick turn in the first turn here, committing warlords. Urien Rakarth lets me play torture cards for a reduced cost. And we know that Ragnar just chases people and kills them.
Yeah, so his reaction is, after your warlord commits to a planet, then you can deal 2 damage straight to the warlord that you can't negate.
Is it to the warlord or any unit?
To the warlord.
I thought it was just anyone there as long as your opponent's warlord is there.
That's why I just never dished out damage.
Correctamente. So Barlis is won by the Tricksy Dark Eldar for having my cult fanatics there, which you didn't contest because you had the Space Wolves Predator ready at Planet 3 for later things.
Correct.
And Barlis let me discard a card from your hand.
Again.
You were quite happy with that, I remember. You were like, I don't need this, dude.
Yeah. Can't remember exactly what I discarded there.
But the Freebooter Captain, he's an ally orc unit. That dude there.
Fair enough.
Correct. So we're on turn 2. No, we're not on turn 2. You won Planet Yvarn, which means you can put a unit into play from your hand.
That's correct. And so I chose to play a Sentinel, whose special ability is to follow Ragnar whenever he deploys.
Correct. And I just had Fanatics in my hand. I remember this going, this is the worst time for me to have to put a unit into play. So nice. So there we go. Planet 1 has been won by the Dark Eldar, and initiative changes to you, and in turn 2, you get to start deploying first. I'm sure eventually we'll move the planets up.
Yes, we might remember. I remember that happened a few times. All right, so I immediately attached a Fenrisian Wolf to the Sentinel that I drew the last turn. And the Wolf's special ability is a reaction, because after a battle at the planet, then we can exhaust this unit or the attached unit and deal the attack damage straight.
So essentially allowing you to attack before ranged even happens.
Correct, yes.
Warren and I have discussed this before in the past. In response, Urien's Oubliette comes out, another location support card, and that just means you have to play with the top card of your deck revealed, which you can see you've done now.
Yes, and I remember that. It was actually quite a boon and also an irritation.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And then you, I see, put down a location, the Holy Sepulchre.
Yes.
I think. I don't know if we have that card in front of us.
It is exactly that what it is. So with the Holy Sepulchre, I could, whenever a unit was discarded to the pile, I could exhaust the card and bring it back to my hand, which saved me a lot of times.
It's nice when you have like a first sort of batch of units that you like, and you're like, I can use these again.
Yes.
Yes, bring them back. Fantastic. The Void Pirates, just to help me get some resources and cards. And it's time to commit Warlords, which will be coming with their retinue. Okay. Dark Eldar to Planet 2. Space Wolves toying with our suspense. Oh, yes. So, I don't know if we've mentioned this before. Dean and I played Warhammer 40k Conquest once before this game, and in my record of playing this game, it's the only game I've ever played to the very last planet. Yes. So, this was just me explaining to Dean, oh yes, don't forget your units come with you. So, command struggle. I think what happened there is the planet just disappeared. I think we straight up just removed the first planet, because if no one's there...
it just moves off, yes.
Yeah. So that is what happened there. We did it. There was no point in doing resources. So we're counting up things as you get them. And the battle gets fought at Planet 2, and the Warlord goes back and says, cool, so we get to use Ivarn again, and this time you get to put a unit into play from your hand, hopefully. That didn't happen. Did that not happen? Did we miss something?
No, I don't think you...
Triggered the... Oh, did I choose not to?
Yeah, you chose not to do it.
Correct.
I don't think you had a unit in your hand.
Oh, thank you. Oh, good memory. And then in OSIS 4, if you win, you get to take a resource from your opponent, which
I did. I saw myself do it.
Which is fine, because this game, for me, Dark Eldar, I had so many resources, which never happened.
It was a little bit ridiculous.
I do apologize. I had some good fortune. All right, initiative goes over to the Dark Eldar for turn 3, and we get our resources 4, and then 2 cards per turn. Another support! This is just the standard card that is in every faction deck, which is the one that lets you pay 1 less resource for a thing. Obviously, it has to be of your own faction.
I think that's the 10th Company Scouts. Mm-hmm. Yes.
At Planet 4. Nice little cheapy unit. Does he have a command icon? He does.
He does.
So just trying to... And then I think, there we go, I contest with the rogue trader. Sort of like, no one should get these resources. Aha. Wow, you just had all the scouts.
Yes, I actually had quite a weird draw there. I think I drew 3 scouts in one go.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, I don't have the resources for this.
We do shuffle these decks before we play, of course. Okay, so after your 10th Company Scout goes down to contest Planet 1, promotion happens on Planet 4 for the Dark Eldar Rogue Trader Associate. Ooh, the Colosseum Fighters are quite cool. They're a warrior witch. They have a reaction. After this unit enters play, return the topmost event card from your discard pile to your hand. Which I thought was quite good.
Yes.
But I don't think I could use it. Could I use it? Yes, there we go. It was that. The experimentations, which I then just use again.
Yes. And can't remember what you named.
I think I said unit again, because that was the thing I was most worried about as a Space Marines player, that you just had these units to play. And you chose not to sacrifice anything.
Yes, and I took a damage for it, yes. Yeah, I think I had the Rune Priest in my hand. I wasn't ready to lose him.
Not today. All right. Twisted Racks. This is, again, another signature card for my Warlord, which I don't have in front of me now, and I forget what they do. I'll find them. Don't you worry. I think it's a good thing, as you hear me searching through cards. What happens after that?
And then, so we're now getting ready to commit to which planet we want to go for.
Ah, fantastic.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I committed to Planet 2.
Wow, I went all the way to Planet 5, Aatrox
no,
Prime.
I committed to the first planet.
Clever, to contest it because you want to win it.
Yes,
and then
obviously Ragnar's ability with his Sentinels brings them with, and they brought the wolves with them. And left the Predator where you were.
That's a very good, sort of army play, military play. Sort of like, we are moving here to do this thing.
Yeah.
As an update, Twisted Racks just had a special ability that doesn't really affect it in the use of this game, that lets you ready it if you discard a torture card. So never mind that. So we're doing Command Struggle.
Yeah, I think my strategy initially was just to get first the planets that have one of each resource.
I see.
So that after that I can grab whichever one rolls and
You're
then
free,
immediately be in an advantage to take the the next to the last resource.
Correct. I'm not something. I don't know if this is something we pointed out, but with Barless, it was a green icon. So this next planet is green. Technically, someone could have won by the third planet. Osis 4, technically, if you won all 3 in a row. But I see neither of us did that. Oh no, there was a missing planet. There was the one that went
we lost the planet.
To the warp.
What happened to that planet? Nobody knows.
Oh, sneaky things. These things are moving so fast and we're just chatting here. The Clivex War Leader, such a good Dark Eldar card. After you deploy this unit during the combat phase, destroy a target damaged army unit, which I wanted to use and realize I misused it because your Warlord can't get destroyed.
Yes.
But yes, I had a chance to ambush him during the combat action window, and in retaliation, you drop pod.
I did indeed.
I can't remember what you sent out here. I see you thinking.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I dropped the Rune Priest. That was why I took the damage.
This card.
It was just such an effective unit for the Space Wolves, I must admit. I mean, he's got a forced interrupt, so when a non-Space Wolves unit retreats from a planet, then there's damage.
Damage? They don't just die, they just get damaged.
Yeah, just 1 damage.
Okay, still.
And also, he's got quite a high defense rating, so it makes him quite tanky.
Over here, you see a 2 shield card being discarded so that your Rune Priest doesn't kill my War Leader right out. Interesting here, you didn't use the Fenrisian Wolf.
Yeah, a bit of an oversight on my side.
Yeah, but lots of things are going on.
But I did drop some Vengeance. Just finding the Vengeance card, here we go. Which is a reactionary card, so it offers a unit you control is destroyed by an attack, you can ready another army unit that you control, and I think I just readied up
the Rune Priest.
Yeah, the Rune Priest again to
he swings for 2 in the same turn.
Yeah.
It is clever. Oh, and there's your Holy Sepulchre to bring the Sentinel back to your hand anyway.
Yeah, so I exhausted the Sepulchre and brought the Sentinel back, and I had to let the wolves go.
Alas.
It was a sad day.
Just that one wolf, you know.
Yeah, but the Space Wolves. Like, how do we not have wolves, you know what I mean?
I hear you. So that was just a good use of gesture to remind us that the Rune Priest was killing off the Clivex War Leader. And then we continued to fight. There was a moment there we were like, should we retreat? Is anyone retreating? Oh, no, it's not retreating yet. It's still fighting.
Yeah, so you did, I think you took the 10th Company Scouts out.
I did with the Cult Fanatics, which you think wouldn't be that effective.
Yeah, Scouts got a very low
health.
No, they got low health. Let's say defense rating. Health works.
And then
and then good old Ragnar did his thing.
Yeah. So he turned.
You just reminded me that I got to exhaust my cards because I can remember what I've used, but
for the viewers.
But for the viewers and for the other player.
And for us watching this back. So then it's very easy. You've got an initiative because your Warlord's there and you just swing in and kill him. So you get your Varn. Yes. And you get to use its ability again. Do you? I can't remember if you do. Which is to put that unit into play. So you've used it once before, and now you should be able to do it again.
Yes, and I put the Sentinel back down again. Yep. Yes.
Brilliant. So now he's in your HQ. And the Bloody Grievers come down.
And I won the planets, which gave me my 3 resources.
Correct. So now we're sitting on, I've only got a green resource, I believe.
And I have 1 of each.
And you have 1 of each. So it's looking like a Space Wolves game at this point.
It looked like that the first time.
All right, fantastic. So there's no battle at planet 2 or 3 or 4, but there is one at planet 5. There's no contest, so the Dark Eldar win. And because it's Aatrox Prime, I get to use the battle ability to do 1 damage to everyone in your HQ. Yay. So now,
yes, I remember that,
Yeah. In the back of my mind, I'm going, cool, the Clivex War Leader is now very useful because he gets to destroy a damaged unit when he arrives. And I'm thinking, cool, there's now 2 options. This should be good for future. Trying to set that up. But yeah, so we go into another turn, turn 4, in fact, and the initiative is for you, Space Wolves. You see now this.
Yeah, and I finally get my own Promethean mine so that I too can build up a resource pile.
You had some good resources that you weren't like struggling for cash ever.
In the beginning, it was a bit taxing.
I mean, you did bring out a Space Wolves Predator.
If that was pure luck of the draw.
Fantastic. So the Crucible of Malediction comes down. It's a reaction after you play a Torture event card. Exhaust the support to look at the top 3 cards of a deck. Discard 1 of those cards and place the remaining cards on top of that deck in any order. So this isn't just for my own. This is for yours as well.
Yeah, because it says a deck.
And I was really lucky that this came out as well or with Urien's Oubliette, which keeps your sort of... What is it? Your deck, the top card revealed there.
Yes. And so I finally get veteran brother Maxos out. I think this is where we started to debate whether he had an ambush.
And when his ability works, because he brings...
Because he had combat action, yes.
Now, you going to Planet 3, the current Planet 3. Is that again because...
Yeah, so that's the same basic strategy that I was going for, because you can see it's got all 3 resources again.
Got you.
I also think at this point I was trying to make you think I was going to go for that.
Ah, good strategy. Well, look, you're pumping out units there. I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to head there.
Yeah, there I got a Void Pirate. I send him out to the 3rd planet as well.
Definitely going to win command there. And another unit or another card of the Twisted Racks comes down. They're quite nice. They're a 3/3. So a very strong unit, I thought. Middle,
Yeah.
Middle to average.
They were irritating, yes.
Swinging for 3, surviving for 3. It's nice. So let's see. What do the Space Wolves do? Oh, yes. That was just me thinking I want to pay less for them. Which is nice that we play these relaxed games, casual play. I forgot this thing, it's fine. We're not playing seriously where it's like, oh, you forgot, shame on you.
Shame.
For shame. All right, we're doing a command struggle, so I see you passed there.
Yeah, I think I ran out of resources. I had no more cards in my hand.
Or maybe not the ones that you can or want to play. All right, so the Dark Elder commit to planet 1, and the Space Wolves go to planet 3. Okay, yes. So you're definitely setting up a strong position there.
Oh, yes. I remember and it was the same reason I put Void Pirate there, because it gives you cards instead of resources.
I see, and that's what you were needing.
And I needed cards, yeah.
Got you. So a reminder that the retinue that comes with the Warlord comes exhausted. We do command struggle, planet 1 and 2 go to Dark Elder, planet 3 definitely Space Wolves, and then nothing at planet 4. Look at that. It's insane. Oh, yes, because you always knew the top card anyway, so you knew it was coming. Yes.
Yeah, so the Void Pirate, just for a reminder, does give you an extra card.
Yes, indeed.
If the planet gives you card resources.
So you got 2 there.
Correct.
Ooh, I loved Searing Brand. I loved this card, and I was so happy I drew it. It's a combat action, so we're fighting at planet 1, and it says deal 3 unpreventable damage to a target non-warlord unit at a planet with your warlord. Your opponent may choose and discard 2 cards from his hand to cancel the effect. So obviously you didn't want to do that. Instead, your Space Wolves Predator took damage.
Mostly because the Predator's got a 5 defense rating.
So you were like, no, I can take this.
We can tank it.
I'm a tank. Oh no. But now, interestingly, in one swing...
Yeah, so you did to destroy it, and then I just made use of my Holy Sepulchre again and exhausted it to bring it back from my hand instead of into the discard pile.
So you're thinking this Space Wolves Predator is coming out again.
Yes.
It's going to be back.
I think looking forward into the future, I think that's what happened.
So that planet is 1, and it comes to the Dark Eldar. Planet 2, nothing. Planet 3, we fight. And I think just to give you a little bit more of a hard time, I bring in another Clivex War Leader. And here, I'm just hoping to use its ability, I think, on the Rune Priest.
Yes, you did. I was quite disheartened.
I'm so sorry. Because you love the Rune Priest.
Yes.
Obvious. And what's interesting now is you've already used the Holy Sepulchre, so you couldn't bring him back to your hand.
Yeah, but I mean, in that case, I would think that the tank would be worth more than the priest. Because you would, generally not retreating. Okay. As Eldar do.
So I think that was your 10th Company Scout that swung, shielded, and in retaliation, the Twisted Racks want to try get rid of Brother Maxos, and you shield for 1. So only take 2 damage. What's his health, the Brother Maxos?
Brother Maxos is 3.
Oh, wow, okay. So you're just keeping him alive to swing.
Yes, I was quite keen to use his combat action.
Oh, yes, you were.
Yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I used it in the next round.
If he survives, which... I can't remember what happens in this turn. Okay, so the Bloodied Reavers, they weren't swinging for as much damage as they could. Normally they swing for 2, but if there's a Warlord there, or my Warlord, oh no, it's with a Warlord, so it would have swung for 4.
Yeah.
Maxos, he dies here.
Yeah.
And he's gone. I don't know how he comes back. Maybe there's another card of him.
Maybe thinking of something else. It happens.
I think here I was definitely aware I was not going to win this planet, but I wanted to make it as damaging for your army as I could.
Yeah, make it the biggest possible pain in the butt.
Because this is also the planet that, if anyone has watched this channel before in this series, Iridial is the one that lets you remove all damage from a target unit.
That's why I was going for it.
So you were hunting it because you could heal your Warlord.
Because it had all 3 and it could heal everybody, which...
So then
just did.
there we go. So at the end of the first round of combat, you can retreat. So I chose to retreat all my units, thinking I've given you enough of grief.
Yeah, which is quite sad because the priest wasn't there.
There are some... There's these podcasts I love listening to back when Warhammer 40k was, or at least Conquest, the card game, was quite big. And they speak about these different strategies about when to retreat. So I thought this was a fairly good use of it. Rogue Trader comes down for Dark Eldar on Aatrox Prime.
I feel hustled. You've been practicing.
I've been practicing and I like the game.
It's like second
Also,
time
I've just played
played.
like 7 episodes before this one, or 8.
So I did manage to get my Predator back out again.
There he is. There
So
he
I
is.
was quite stoked because I know immediately that if I put it down there, you can't be there with your Warlord.
Which is very mean. Which I wonder if someone would have played differently. They would have saved him for the last round. Because the way it stands now, because of everything that's been won, whoever wins, like if I win Karnath now, whoever wins the next planet where your most units are, wins the game, right? So if you had saved that Space Wolves Predator for the very last deployment, I wouldn't have been able to bring all of my units up, for example. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. Didn't think about that.
I've been beaten so many times in this game. Learn the things. What is happening there with your Rune Priest? Oh.
No. Yes.
Interesting. I'm not sure I was following.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe we just caught me cheating.
It happens. It happens. Moving on. The Baleful Mandrake comes down to the current planet too, and I just like this unit because, again, like I've been saying, if I can win Karnath, the last planet is either going to be Iridial or Aatrox Prime. It's one of the next two. It has to be. So I'm trying to set up a good attack, and having ranged is super cool. Also, I have 6 units that are going to come with my Warlord right now to a planet.
It was about this time that I was like, I might be in trouble.
Right, so we commit. So, I think it makes the most sense that the Dark Eldar go to that planet. Oh, I see you bring the Sentinel with you.
Yes, so the Sentinel always goes with.
Yes, because he has that ability to go.
Well, it's his reaction, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. It's not forced, so you don't have to take him.
I'm sure you have to.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just a reaction. After your Warlord commits to a planet, move this unit to a planet, but it's not forced.
Thought it was forced. Well, I played with it.
You know, you were like, this Blackmane Sentinel is always on Ragnar.
I need this guy.
It's my buddy Phil. Phil's always with me. All right.
Feel son.
We are currently doing Command Struggle, and I think the Dark Eldar get quite a bit, yeah.
You had so many units.
And resources. I was lucky. I was really lucky in this one.
How did I give you so much trouble?
Visions of Agony. I was trying to play some torture cards because that was my Warlord, and he's all about the torture. And this is look at your opponent's hand, then choose and discard one card from the hand.
I remember this, which was quite upsetting.
There's a different card, or a couple of other cards, that just let you discard at random.
Yeah, because I had a second tank, which you then took out of my hand.
Can you imagine if you'd brought down a second one?
So having remembered now that I had 2, that was why I deployed the one there and not to the other planet.
I see.
So I had a reason.
Mm-hmm. Clever. So now here, you get Karnath, which lets you use the battle ability of another planet. And I think we spoke this through. We suggested Aatrox Prime is the best choice. You don't want to heal your Sentinel. You want to do as much damage to all of my units there.
Yes.
So now they'll each take 1 damage, which is great. So now they're wounded, yeah? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Doing the damage. Cool. And then we fight at the current second planet. Initiative is, for me...
Wasn't much of a fight because it was a scout.
Scout was like, hey guys. Sorry.
Forgot for a moment which side my discard pile was on.
Throughout this entire game, I was expecting drop pod shields because it's the way I'm used to Space Marines players playing.
I only got the one, though, from the draw.
Oh, the drop pod?
Yeah. Uh-huh. But I don't know if the drop pods favor the Space Wolves, though. That's...
Oh, maybe
you know
more
I mean?
of a Cato.
That's very much in the Codex Astartes, which Space Wolves just don't care about.
Turn 6, potentially the last turn of this game, because if the Dark Eldar can win this planet, they win the game, and the initiative is for you, in fact. Space Wolves.
Yes.
Blood Claw Plaque.
I get the Blood Claw Pack, which is actually the scouts for the Space Wolves.
So we were...
I put them down, and I can't remember exactly what they do, and I don't have them in front of me anymore.
What is their reaction? It's nowhere nearby. Someone will remember. They do something cool, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun.
Bloodied Reavers come out. So here again, if our warlords are going there, which they likely are, they're going to be swinging for +4. Well, not +4, but for 4 damage.
Yeah, put down a Sentinel for obvious reasons.
And interestingly, you didn't put him down on Aatrox Prime to stop me from getting more resources and cards and then moving him over later. I feel like that's something that might have been a cool move.
Yeah, and this is the second Rune Priest that was in the deck that I managed to get as well.
Lucky.
I put him down.
I'm already committed. I'm like, I know. There's no other.
I think we both knew where we were going.
I mean, look, your dial's still up there. It's like, I know I'm going to win. What does it matter? All right, so we commit. So every unit that comes with you.
I think the reason I put the Sentinel straight down is because I knew that if I didn't win this planet, game was over immediately.
Right.
And so I put the Sentinel down because when they come over exhausted.
Do they come over exhausted?
With the Warlord. Yeah.
Ah.
So.
Not if they're at another planet.
Not if they're at another planet, no, yes.
See.
But if you know, like the standard, if they come with the Warlord in deployment, yeah. So I wanted him fresh and ready.
All right, so a little bit of command struggle, and you get to use your Ragnar's ability.
Yes.
So you wanted to try kill the Bloodied Reavers because they were going to be swinging for the most damage.
Yes, and you discarded something to shield some of the damage off.
Yeah, I think it's just a 1 shield card there. Ooh, Primal Howl.
I did actually deploy Primal Howl. All right.
Yeah, which lets you look at the top 3 cards, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
And then you get to take one of them?
That was also correct.
So again, I think as you pointed out, what you needed in your hand a lot for this game was more cards.
Correct, yeah.
And shield cards to help you. And I think you got a little bit lucky in this last fight that you had more shields.
Yeah, because I did win the command struggle there, so I got a card. Which is a pity I didn't have a Void Pirate. Could have got more.
You know? All right, so then simply Dark Eldar winning.
You just getting more resources?
A card and 2 resources. I mean, yeah. Not like I was going to do anything. Although I do have these torture event cards that could be fun and exciting and killer. So with Dark Eldar, that's quite cool. Which is happening right now in this action window. This is
click.
I love me some Archon's Terror. I think I held on to that quite long in the game.
I think you did, yeah.
And that's lets me route a unit. Obviously, I want that Predator away because it is going to kill. I was most worried that you were going to just destroy my Warlord.
Yeah, which would have been unhappiness. So I sent him back, and I think I sent him back to there because...
That's the Archon's Terror.
Yeah, sorry, routing. Yeah, I didn't kill him.
But just I wanted him out the fight.
Rip English.
Another steering brand. So again, I get to do damage to you unless you want to prevent it by discarding cards in your hand. So I was trying to make you make difficult choices. So either get rid of cards that could be shields.
Or take damages.
Or take some damage. And I think it's unassigned. No, I have to target it to a target non-warlord unit.
Yes. And then I think you hit a Sentinel, and I expended the Sepulchre to save the Sentinel.
So now he's back in your hand. And then we go to ranged combat. So the Mandrake fires first. I don't know with what. Maybe magical arcane energy. To the Bloodclaw pack. Interesting. Because he's swinging for 3. So it's quite a strong ranged attack. Ooh. Oh!
Yes, I actually had Frostfang in my hand, and I was quite sad that I had to send it out.
And you never attached it.
Yeah, I never did. Never had the resources.
And I think I was sitting with my Warlord's attachment as well in my hand.
Yeah,
which
and
is
if I'm
also
not mistaken, I think in
shield.
the same battle you also used it as a shield. What did you do with your weapons? We shielded things.
Yeah, we're not going to put this on. We're just going to use it as a shield. At some point, I must have used that Crucible because I see I've turned it, and I think that was to discard something.
It was the cost of the guards coming in, I think.
It was something like that because I think that's when you used the Holy Sepulchre, actually. That's when we didn't know what that was. It was you bringing it back into your hand because I had killed it. Foolish. Anyway, back to the combat.
That was me swinging in and you wasting the Warlord's weapon.
To try keep them alive. But look at this. Look at this. You've injured every Dark Eldar unit, except for the Warlord, but all of them are now injured.
Yeah, but none of them were exhausted.
None of them were exhausted or dead. So Bloodied Reaver swinging for 4 to try get rid of the Rune Priest.
Yes.
So you just needed a 1 shield to keep him alive.
And I don't think I had anything in my hand that I could have. Oh, I did.
You got rid of Vengeance though.
Yes.
Because you could have used it.
Correct. I was quite bleak.
Because if you had let the Rune Priest die, you could have swung again with either the Bloodclaw pack or the Blackmane Sentinel, which might have helped kill something. But this is also fine. You want to hang on to the Rune Priest.
Yeah.
So you get rid of another Bloodied Reavers there, I think. Still got 1, 2, 3, 4 Dark Elder units to swing this turn. Going for the Rune Priest. You're like, do I kill him? Do I shield?
Yeah, I did have quite a bit of negative bleakness
Oh,
about that.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Because you love the Rune Priest, which is wonderful. I love that we enjoy the card so much, and it is a dope card. All right, then the Colosseum Fighters are swinging to the Blackmane Sentinel. I'm trying to get rid of your units. Who was that? Oh, yes, there. Colosseum Fighters to the Blackmane Sentinel. As we decide whether to shield or not. I think you had an Exterminatus. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I did. Just used it for shielding.
Just to make me attack the Blackmane Sentinel again, yeah. Oh.
And then you hit the Blood Core pack instead.
Interesting.
And I think it was at this point that I realized that I'm about to lose.
We were like, they seem a little bit overpowered. But lucky setup, getting more units. It often happens to me. I'm never this lucky to get as many units out. Anyone who's watched these episodes can attest to that. So at this point, Ragnar is there, and we can picture this on the planet in battle. All his, almost said associates. His fam are down. his units.
His pack is down.
Thank you. My associates. So then we decided to call it and said, well, in fact, that is game.
Well, I'll tell you, being an avid Space Wolves fan, if one of the Wolf Lords was going to go down, it would be like that.
Yeah. So narratively
Last man
sound.
standing.
Dean, thank you so much for this game, and thank you for being part of the series.
Well, thanks for the invitation. It was quite a lot of fun.
And if you like what we're doing, leave a comment. Let us know. Bye.
Bye.